Hello, I'm Paige, a metalsmith and a jewelry store owner in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm going to take you along for my work week this week actually. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday I spent with my son all day, so typically a couple days a week I have all day to focus on work. I have childcare, and then the rest of the week I'm kind of like a stay-at-home mom and just get like tiny bits of work in whenever I can. So today starts my week. My son is actually going to stay with his grandparents towards the end of the week, so I'll have a little extra time to get some work in. So I thought we could do a work life, a week in my work life. I just got into the store. We're closed right now. It's still early. It's 9:30, so early for retail, but this is my little tiny studio. I'm gonna turn things on, get ready. Oh, that's already gone. Pop this on. I've got lots of sunflower rings to work on, so that's what I'm gonna be trying to knock out today. Tomorrow is my day to kind of work in the store all day, so I'll be doing more computer work tomorrow on Wednesday. So I'll try to show you what I'm working on today. I grabbed a tropical smoothie, a cafe smoothie, and sandwich on my way in. I didn't know that they were open in the area, so if you're local, there's one in Capitol View now. I've got all these sunflower rings that I'm hoping to finish or almost finish today. So I need to form a lot of them, file all of them, sand them, and then polish them. So we'll see how far I get today. So these were kind of formed just so I could solder the ends together, so they're not a circle quite yet. I need to put them on the ring mandrel and make them round like this one. And then where, let's see if you can see, just where like the ends meet, you can see the solder. So I'm gonna go in with a file and clean that up, and then just sand the band so it looks nice and smooth, and then we'll polish the whole thing and it'll be nice and shiny. I'm gonna work on forming the rings first that are not round. I wanted to kind of catch up on everything. So it is currently April, and I'm pregnant, so we're really excited for the new addition to our family. We're gonna have another little boy. So my due date is in August. We'll see how that goes. My son was born early, and that was kind of hectic, so I'll share a little bit more about my maternity leave plans. Since my first pregnancy, I did not have a maternity leave, and things are kind of like chaos around there. So I feel like I learned some things that I want to do differently this time. So I'll do a full video on that if you're interested. Leave any questions that I can maybe answer or talk about in the video if that's something that you're like just interested in, or are hoping to get pregnant or are pregnant right now and have your own business. I know things look a lot different for us than people that work like your typical 9-to-5 corporate job. So that's also why I'm out of breath. So anyway, very excited. Just lots of things going on from everywhere. So our sunflower rings are one of our more popular pieces, and I've got quite a few in each size that I'm working on. We only have one right now in stock, so I'm hoping to get those stocked up. I know in the store we lose out on sales when we don't have people's sizes. A lot of times people, like, they're not coming to shop our store specifically, but they see something they like and they're ready to buy it then. And if we don't have it, they might not come back to our website to order it when we do have it. So I always try my best to have stuff in stock. For the ring sizes, when we can, we do sizes 5 to 10. So I do whole and half sizes. So that covers quite a few people. I think only a couple times have we not had somebody's size like within that range. So if you're interested in a ring and you're outside of that, you can always let me know, and I can do my best to create a piece for you. I'm just separating the rings that I already formed with the rings that aren't round. I did quite a few already, so that's good to see. And then I also have a collection launch towards the end of this month that I'm working on trying to get ahead of. I'm never really good at that, so I want to do my best at getting ahead of that and trying to get some pictures so we can like promote it beforehand, before the launch. I've been testing out a few different like launch strategies this past year to see what works. Like we do 80% of our sales in the store and then the rest online. So I'm really hoping to get our online orders like up. So I've been testing out different stuff to like raise those online orders with our launches online. Like getting emails has been a really big help this past year. So building our email list, we're going to continue to do that. But anyway, if you have a small business and have a launch strategy that works really well for you, let me know. I'd love to try it out. So these are all the sunflower rings that I need to form. These are the ones that I already did the other day. So let's get on it. I'm packing up for the night. I finished this baggie of rings. They're all polished, ready to go. These need to get sanded and then polished. So working through that. I have, I think, 30 total. So got a third done. So we're getting there. I'll see you tomorrow. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. I am kind of bummed that we don't have any windows in the store, so I won't be able to enjoy it most of today. I'm a little late this morning. I had a doctor's appointment. I didn't know how long that would take, so let's get into the store and open it. Today is basically my day to be the shop girl in the shop by myself, so I'm gonna do like computer work all day while we have the store open and customers come in. So we'll see how much I can get done today. I just put out the sunflower rings that I finished yesterday. I put the tags on them, put them on the floor, and then I updated them in the computer so that our inventory online is correct. And then I showed as well, we use Swim back in stock alerts. We use the free version, and I would highly recommend doing that or something similar if you have products that sell out often. And I'll show you what it looks like on the website. But we got quite a few sales last year from items that were sold out, and people like ring sizes and stuff, and people would ask about it and we'd say, we're out of that size now, but if you sign up on our website, you'll get notified as soon as it's back in stock. And not everybody purchased, but we did make quite a few sales from doing that. So I would highly recommend having something like that on your website. So here is how it's spelled. It's an app that you can add to your Shopify. We do the free plan. And I do manually have to send those alerts. But I just kind of start doing it as soon as I update the inventory on our website. I'll just go in and push the button to notify people. It's not that hard right now, so I'd rather just do it for free. I'm not sure the difference between the paid and free. So I can't speak on that, but I'll show you. Let's see. So let's do all over. So here on my website, as you're scrolling, anything that says sign up is what you can do a back in stock alert for right now. So I'm going to click on that, and then email me when available, and then you type in your email address right here, hit email me, and then it doesn't sign them up for newsletters or anything. It just signs up for that particular item to get emailed. And then it's available on the ring. So even though that's not completely sold out, if they click on their size, they can hit email me when available, and you have the option of notifying them. There's what the back end looks like. So typically what it says, let's see, pending alerts. No, it's not it. Products. There we go. So it shows you your product. So if there's like a different like specification, so if you have different options, the customer can pick. So this one, it has the month they can pick and then what length chain. So they picked April and then no chain. And then I've got 2 people subscribed for that. So if that was in stock right now, I would just push this button, and it would send an email to them letting them know that that item is back in stock. So if you see right here, 1 subscription, 1 sent alert. So I did that this morning for our sunflower ring when I put that back. So if it has a number here, that's how many subscriptions, like how many people are signed up right now. And then this is how many alerts you've sent for that product. So anyway, I think it's really helpful for you and the customer, especially if you cannot keep items in stock. I am doing a little bit better, but last year we had a really, really hard time keeping things in stock. So it was a good moneymaker for us. And this is where people have visited from and bought jewelry. And we started this middle of last year, I think, so. And we do forget to tell everybody about it. So there could be some areas that aren't scratched off that we actually sold to, but these are kind of some of the further away areas where our jewelry has visited. So I've never been to these places, so it's really cool that my jewelry has. My seat is squeaky. But I've been working really hard on getting more traffic to our website, and I've noticed like Pinterest has made quite a few sales for us, like not even on purpose. So I uploaded like our shop catalog through Shopify onto Pinterest and didn't do anything else, and we've made sales from that. So I'm trying to be more intentional with pinning and creating things. So I'll show you what I've been working on today. So these are all the different pins that I have uploaded to link back to different blog posts that I have. So I kind of wrote some blog posts, finished editing some other blog posts, and just made like pins to link back to those posts. So I designed all those in Canva. So I also worked on making templates today as well, so that this will be a little bit easier next time I do it. So all I have to do is swap out the pictures, change the text, download them, and put them on Pinterest, and add the link to the different blog posts that they relate to. So this incorporates all of my new brand colors and fonts and everything. You can see my diamond reflection in my screen, but I'll take you to my blog posts. I need to update that, take that away, change it. So these are the 2 posts that I worked on today. And just took some of the text from those to do the text on the blog post, or the Pinterest pins. So this was a really big one, trying to get some good SEO keywords in there. and send people over to sign up for my jewelry journal download that we have that signs them up for our email newsletter. And then based on that, I thought it would be a good idea to do just like a sentimental jewelry gift guide by itself to showcase some of our jewelry. Maybe get ahead of Mother's Day gifting. I think that would be cool if we could start ranking for Mother's Day gifts and just wrote about those and then linked them back to those items on our website. It's quite a bit of hard work, and I don't know if it's gonna work, so it's always interesting. I have seen some success with SEO stuff that I did last year, so I'm really optimistic, especially with I'm hoping to take a maternity leave. With that, hopefully by the time I do that, we'll start to get some traffic to the website from Pinterest, from blogs, from Google, and all that. And hopefully our SEO starts to, our SEO efforts start to work. Hello. So I'll see you tomorrow to show you what my day looks like then. Hello, it is Thursday. It is 2:30 in the afternoon. I dropped my son off at my mother-in-law's earlier today. Came home, ate some lunch, and have been I strained up a little bit, and I just don't want to work. I would rather take a nap. So I've been trying to muster up the energy to do some work. It's not even hard work, so I think being pregnant and busy has just tired me out this week. But I've got a lot of emails. I want to go ahead and schedule as many of our email newsletters as I can ahead of time, so that way I can hopefully have some kind of maternity leave. I want to go ahead and schedule as many emails as I can in advance for when I'm out with the baby this summer. So just trying to get that done in batches. I have some pieces that I'm going to tumble in the tumbler, and then just some miscellaneous computer work things that I need to do. So a lot, but not really hard work. So I could probably sit on the couch and just chill for most of it while I'm working. So let's get into the day. I'm about to tumble some rings and pebble charms right now. Kind of one of the things that I do is I save all these baggies that I get with jewelry supplies in them, and we either keep them nice and clean and use them for storing jewelry in, or I have baggies that I keep jewelry in as I work on it. So I'll put it in after it's soldered, or I'll put it in kind of to keep everything grouped together basically, and I write on it with a Sharpie, and then I just clean it off with an alcohol wipe, and then we can keep reusing them until they look gross, and then we get rid of them. But that's just how I try to recycle all the plastic baggies that we get. All right, so here's my tumbler. Nothing fancy, just got the cheapest one I could find online that wasn't the plastic ones. I don't like the plastic ones. I feel like those just break a little too easy on the rotary right here. I've had this one for a couple years and it's worked just fine. I don't tumble a ton of my stuff, so I can't really speak on the lifetime of it, because I don't use it super duper often, just for finishing some of our cheaper items. I would say these stacking rings, the pebble charms that I engrave on. I hand polish all of my other jewelry, so it's nice and extra shiny. So I'm going to open this up and pour in all my pieces. I do have a tip. I always write down on a sticky note what is in there. Well, I don't want to say always, because I used to not, and then there came a time when I forgot what I put in there, and they were tiny little studs that basically looked like the shot that's in here, and it took me forever to sort through and get everything that was in there. So I highly recommend writing down in some way. I saw, if y'all follow Metalsmith Society, I'm pretty sure she shared somebody did like a dry erase marker where they would write on the outside what was in the tumbler, but I feel like I would accidentally wipe that away somehow. So I just want to have it written down in a way that I know will not disappear. But that's another tip for you that could work as well. Got it filled up with water. I'm gonna put the lid on. If you don't work with jewelry or are new to working with jewelry, this is called a tumbler. There's pieces of steel shot in like different shapes in there. When you put your pieces of jewelry in there, and you close it up and put it on here, and it goes around and around and around. And basically what that does is burnishes your metal pieces, your jewelry in there. Metal rubbing against metal is going to make it a little bit smoother and shinier. It doesn't like solve all of your problems as far as like texture and like not like sanding properly will help. Like you can't just throw a piece in there and hope for the best and think it's going to be perfectly polished. But it's a good solution for certain pieces, and all those little pieces of shot gets in the nooks and crannies. I'm gonna put this in here. All right, let's plug her up. Oh, and I usually write the time that I started on the sticky note as well, so I know how long it's been in there. So you see it's rolling around, so it'll keep doing that until I stop it, and it'll just make all our pieces in there shiny. So I'll show you once it's done what they look like. Now that our tumbler is going, I've got a little snack and some Gatorade for myself. And I'm gonna work on some computer work while that's tumbling. I have been so like nauseous this pregnancy, and even like water and drinks sound disgusting. So Gatorade has really been the only liquid that hasn't completely freaked me out. So like even water has been hard to drink at times. So we're just navigating this day by day. So I made a blog post, and I'm doing an image to put on the blog post. Let's see, right here for the image. And then that blog post I'll use for some social media posts this week, and then our email newsletter this week as well. All right, let's open it up. So I've got a mesh strainer right here that I use to pour it in. It's pretty small, so that keeps all the shot and my jewelry in there without falling through. This is a two-hand job. There we go. So you can see some of that shot collects up at the top. And knock it in. All right, let's see how they look. And here is everything that I dug out of the tumbler. So these are the rings. They're little stacking rings that I did like a little texture on, if you can see. Maybe. So they shined up really nicely. And then I had a few of our little pebble charms that I threw in the tumbler. So you can see it still has a texture. It's not perfectly shiny and smooth. I didn't make these like perfect. That's kind of how these charms are. They're just very organic. So I don't do a ton of finishing work before I throw it in the tumbler. But I just wanted to show you that the tumbler doesn't solve all your problems. You can still see some of the marks there that were there before. They're just really shiny now. So, but that's how I like this particular design. But with these, I sanded them before throwing them in the polisher, so or the tumbler, I mean, so they would be nice and shiny and smooth. And then my little sheet came in handy, counted everything to make sure I'd pulled them all out of the tumbler. I'm gonna let them dry, and then I think I'm gonna call it a night and get back to work tomorrow. This is my first time setting up my XTool smoke purifier for my F1. It was very loud, but I think that'll be awesome to keep everything contained. I had been doing it out the window, and this will just be a lot easier. I want to be super safe now that I'm pregnant. I just did a little charm, so let's take a look at it. This is our purple charm, and I'm gonna wipe it with a polishing cloth, and some of that dark will come away. It's not gonna be that black when it's done, but it'll still be dark. And I've got a few more to do as well. Here are the finished charms. I took a polishing cloth to all but the letter M. It's so hard to get. There we go. So you can maybe see how the M is a little bit thicker as far as the line goes. And in person, you can see that it's a little bit darker than the other ones, but not a whole lot. So I just take a polishing cloth to that to clean it up, make it look a little bit more crisp. And then they're good to go. Hello, it is Friday. I've been up working since like 7:30 on just computer work. I have gone a full out in posting blogs and planning blogs. I went from maybe doing one blog post a year to planning out what blog posts I'm going to have every week for the rest of this year. So that's what I've been working on. I've been working on kind of planning all of our content for the rest of the year. I've got a calendar I'll show you that I just plain calendar that I print out with each month on it. And then I go in and write in pencil kind of my ideas for that month, what's going on that's new, what might be reoccurring, and what I want to be working on. And then I kind of go in and fill it in. So I've been working on that for like just the whole year. So I feel like I've gotten quite a bit done, but I have just been sitting down on the sofa at my computer working on that kind of stuff. So here is just the calendar. Like I said, I've got one for each month, and I go through and I write down like email, Instagram, blog, Instagram. So however often I want to be doing something per week, per month, I write that in first, like what the like type of content is, I guess, maybe. And then I go in and fill in from there. So I've gone through and filled in for the whole year all of our blog posts that I want to be doing. I've based those blog posts off of some SEO stuff, some links that I want to share, and things that we want to be known for with our business. And then Instagram and email kind of revolve around what's going on that particular month. And then I'll fill in everything else that might not be months or season specific. So just go through and do that for the whole year. And it's been really helpful. I have ADHD, and I've just been the type of business owner that thinks that they have to like literally reinvent the wheel every year, every week, every month. Hi, Ash. My kitty. Anyway, and it's just been like really eye-opening and realizing that I don't have to do that. Just repetition is actually very good for your business. It's good for your customers. I know it can seem boring, which is why I've pushed against it so much, but literally like find old content that has done well in the past, repurpose it, repost it. Nobody's going to remember. And even if they do, it'll be a good reminder. Thank you so much for following along in my week in my business life. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me moving forward. I've been doing a lot of planning, so let me know what you want to see and I'll try to get something filmed. Thanks. Bye.